Okay, so the latest Man City transfer news will give you an update on three names that we've talked about recently in recent videos, and that's De Ligt, Joao Felix, the Benfica lad, and the strange rumours that have been circulating regarding Pep Guardiola. Now, there's a lot happening behind the scenes in the transfer market. There's not too much definite news coming out, but we can give you updates on these three. Obviously, a lot of the players are now heading off the Nations League over. They're heading off to sunnier climates. It's looking out the window here in England. It's absolutely awful, wet, cold and miserable. So hopefully they're finding a bit of sun. But let's update you. Let's first start with Pep Guardiola, because as I reported in a previous video, there was strange rumours going about regarding him going to Juventus, and there was a fairly well-respected Italian news agency putting reports out that he was going to Juventus. It would be announced on June the 4th, and he would be earning 24 million a year. And there was all sorts of rumours about his wife being seen in Italy, that he was having meetings in Italy. But I think we can put this one to bed now, because June the 4th has passed, nothing's happened. Pep Guardiola has come out and said, there's unfinished work to do at Man City, and I'm going nowhere. So I think you can never say never in football, but I think we can put that one to bed and say Pep Guardiola will be at Man City next year. And why wouldn't he be? Treble winners last year. He's got that elusive Champions League that he really wants to get under his belt in this next year. And I don't see any reason why he couldn't go for all four again next year. So Pep Guardiola, it looks like he's staying. The rumours on that one, although they were coming from a respected agency, I think they're pretty much dead and buried now as June the 4th has passed. So we'll have a look at Joao Felix. Now this guy has been talked up quite a bit, and I did a video on him, and he is no doubt a super player, young 19-year-old lad. And if you want a little bit of breakdown of how he plays, I did that in my previous video. Now there was talk that 3 offers to meet his release clause have been made, and Man City, Man United, and I think it was Real Madrid had been named as the 3 clubs that were prepared to meet his release clause, and then it was just about where he wanted to go and his contract. Now, there's new talk and rumours come out that Man City have agreed a €30 million 5-year contract for him, £26 million sterling, and I can't see this one happening again. Now the Benfica president has come out and said that now it's all about somebody just meeting the release clause, and they're resigned to letting him go. Now, he was quoted earlier, a few days ago, as saying that 3 offers had come in for the release clause. So I feel this is the Benfica president just trying to... He knows that everybody's watching him. He knows that there's plenty of clubs that would like to sign him, but there's probably not a lot of chance of anybody meeting that release clause of 106 million or thereabouts release clause. Now, we saw him a little bit in the Nations League. He was pretty ineffective. I've watched a lot of footage on him, and no doubt he is a very, very good player. He's got all the tools in the toolbox, 2 good feet, good head on him, he got good bounce, he's got a few tricks in the locker, he knows where to play the ball in the penalty area, he knows where to go, and he can go right, left or down the centre. He is an exciting talent, but he's nowhere near ready for certainly a starting position in Man City. And I can't see why a player like him would come to Man City. I can't see why they would want to pay £106 million for somebody that I don't think would get much opportunity next season. Now, from what the Benfica president has said and what he was quoted as saying a few days ago, it very much looks like to me that he's talking the price up. Now, I'm not saying Felix wouldn't come to Man City. I think there's still talk that he may well be on the radar, but I think it would be for a figure a lot less, and it would potentially involve a loan back. But I can't see that one happening. We'll wait and see, but certainly not 106 million. And I think the Benfica president is talking that one up. So the last one we'll look at is De Ligt. Now, a little bit of news there. Obviously, everybody's been watching him in the Nations League, and he had a pretty sound performance last night in the final. The game against England, obviously, he made that little bit of a howler that Rashford got in, and he conceded the penalty. And there was people looking at him and looking at Stones on the England, and Stones certainly wasn't convincing in his performance, and he was dropped for the third and fourth place playoff. But if you look at De Ligt, the thing I liked about De Ligt was that he made that howler, but he was nutmegged at one point, but that can happen to anybody. But he was pretty solid after that. His positioning was excellent alongside Van Dijk there, and there was a real tenacity to him. There was a sort of winner's mentality. He really wanted to get a goal back to make up for his mistakes. You saw that sort of inner steel from him, that fight, and that's what you want to see in a young player when he makes a mistake. You don't want to see him sort of cowering and not wanting the ball, not wanting to take the ball off of the defenders, and he didn't. So I like that in him. Now, is he coming to Man City? Again, this is one I can't see happening. He's come out and said now, he said after the match last night, he's saying he's going to go off on holiday, he's going to go off on vacation, and he's going to think about it seriously. Lot of offers on the table, but the main thing is, he said, where I can play consistently, that's the main issue. Now, if that's the main issue, why doesn't he just stay at Ajax? If he wants to play consistently, I think Ajax would probably even write it into his contract that he can play every game if he's fit. So, to come out and say where I can play consistently, when you've got teams like Man City, Barcelona coming in for you and showing interest, none of those top teams can guarantee you a starting place. It's down to you. It's down to you to perform and earn your right. And Pep Guardiola has shown that he will move people in and out of the team as he feels fit on merit. So if De Ligt were to come to Man City, there would be no guarantees of a starting place, and it'd be down to him. So personally, again, I think it's another down to a money one. I don't think Man City, they've shown in the past, I mean, last year when Sanchez was, looking like he was coming to Man City, and his agent was pushing for more and more and more on his contract, and Man City walked away from it, and Man United took it, and we all saw what's happened there. And I think the same situation with De Ligt's agent Raiola behind the scenes is happening here. He's pushing for more and more and more and more, and Pep Guardiola wants players that will fit into his wage structure, that will fit into his team, and that want to come and play for Man City. And I think his demands are just going to be too much for Man City, and I suspect his agent is just trying to get as much as he can out of Barcelona. So never say never again on that one, but again, it's one I can't see happening. Now, a lot of things bubbling this week. There's talk in a lot of the press about Man City putting offers in, a joint offer for Leicester duo Maguire and Maddison. I don't really think Man City need Maddison. I think he's an excellent player. I think he's had a terrific first season in the Premiership, but I don't think they need Maddison in the midfield. They need more of a holding midfielder to replace Fernandinho. Obviously 34 years old. They do need a replacement. They probably could have done with cover for him this season, but certainly the two main targets for Guardiola: central defender and holding midfielder. Maguire, yes, I can still see that one happening, but I think again the money is too much, and I think Man City will walk away from it if the 90 million is what it's going to take. I think they will walk away from it because in John Stones they've got a young defender there that there's still plenty of development to come from him. So I can't see that big offer for those two coming in this week. The other one that everybody's waiting for is Rodri, and I think that's the one that really is needed as a replacement for Fernandinho. No news on that one, you know, but I think that one is one that I would like to see happen. I think it's a good fit for Man City. They're slightly different players, Rodri and Fernandinho, but I think they're very comparable. And you know what, you lose in some respect with Fernandinho, you gain with the physicalness of a 6'3" Rodri. So you're going to lose a little bit on one hand, gain on the other hand with him, but I think that's the one they're going to. But there's no news yet. As soon as we hear anything, obviously we'll let you know. If you like the channel, please like and subscribe below. Thank you for watching, and as soon as we hear any news, we'll come straight back. Thanks for watching.